Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with, yes, a box of Alessandro Scarlatti from Warner Erato. 9 CDs worth. This is actually really valuable because Scarlatti was an enormously important composer in his day. And, we know him now as the dad of Domenico Scarlatti, who was the real genius with his 555 keyboard sonatas. But Alessandro was quite the guy and was vastly more well-known at the time. And, he really sort of dominated Domenico, which is why he ran off to Spain and all that, so he could do his own thing. But Alessandro lived from 1660 to 1725 and wrote mostly vocal music, as people did then. He is best known not for discovering or founding or creating, but more or less for formalizing the Baroque solo cantata. That is a piece for a single voice that usually consisted of a recitative of some kind for keyboard, an aria, another recitative, and another aria. Get it? 2 recitativos and 2 arias. And that was Scarlatti's big thing. Actually, within that rather restricted format, he achieved some really, really lovely effects, which we are going to encounter in this set. So let's go through it and see what we get. And you can discover him on your own. So you get the little bookie, no texts and translations, which is really a problem where you're dealing with, excuse me, really a problem when you're dealing with lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of singing, like boatloads of singing. Well, what can you do? Beggars can't be choosers. So we begin with his lovely Stabat Mater. For Baroque Stabat Mater contest, the Pergolesi tends to take the cake, but there were a bunch of beautiful ones. Boccherini wrote one, and actually I think he wrote 2, didn't he? Or 2 versions of one. And this is really, really beautiful. So, and you get the Salve Regina, his Stabat Mater, and his Que is ista per ogni festività della Madonna. 3-part motet for soprano, alto, tenor, 2 violins, and continuo. Most of these are for 2 violins and continuo. 2 violins, viola, and continuo in the Salve Regina. We have Gérard Lesny, alto, Sandrine Piau, fabulous soprano, Jean-François Novelli, tenor, and Il Seminario Musicale. It's a beautiful disc of sacred music, and if you like Baroque sacred music, that's something you'll want to hear. Motets, with some of the same people. We have Gérard Lesny, alto. It's male alto. I hate male altos. They're getting better. All right, fine. And Véronique Jean, soprano. Well, she's great. You've got Infermata Vulnerata for alto, 2 violins and continuo. Di Tenebroso Lacu for alto, strings, and continuo. A Salve Regina for alto, soprano, 2 violins and continuo. And Totus Amore Languens for alto, 2 violins and continuo. Yeah, really catchy household names, those. Then we've got cantatas. Oh, do we have cantatas? We have piles of cantatas, and they're really beautiful. But we've got, let's see, these are all these Seminario Musicale things with Lesny and Sandrine Piau. Again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And these are fun because they're all like, stories from mythology and whatnot. Even if you don't know the words, you can sort of figure out what's going on. So we've got Questo Silenzio Ambroso, this dark silence. Ooh. Fili che esprime la sua fede a Fileno. Okay, whatever. Mark Antonio and Cleopatra. Chamber cantata for soprano, alto, and continuo. This is not his standard, 4-bit cantata things. These are long. These are stories. Hero and Leander, that's in here. Clori e Mirtillo, that's in here. They're really kind of nifty. Then we've got Nancy Argenta with the Chandos Baroque Players doing a bunch of things, a bunch of cantatas. Here's a normal one, La Dove Margellina. It's a recitative, an aria, recitative, and aria. That's the standard form. But actually, most of these are not. which goes to show you he was not just a formal curmudgeon, somebody who was just formulaic, let's say. And we've got, what's this here? Helen Donat, Maurice Andre, Neville Mariner, and the Lausanne people with Michel Corbos. Wow, so we've got Tu le Sponda del Tebro, a cantata for soprano, trumpet, 2 violins in continuo, a slew of motets, and his Missa ad usum Capellae Pontificiae. Yeah. Fabio Biondi with Europa Galante. Well, this is interesting. His oratorio, the Sacred Trinity, La Santissima Trinità. It's like 67 minutes long. And it's, well, you know what these things are about, But this has really good singers. You've got Roberta Invernizzi, who's fabulous, and Veronique Jean, who's fabulous, Vivica Jeannot, Paul Agnew, Roberto Abbondanza, and and Europa Galante with Biondi. That's really hot stuff. That's great Baroque singing and playing. And all these pieces are short. They're little arias. What's it? 30 seconds, and 2 seconds, 20 seconds. It goes by very quickly. Then what's this thing? Sedecia, King of Jerusalem. All right, yeah, that's another oratorio in 2 parts, which is with all the same people. Philip Jaruski is in this one, as a countertenor, along with Gerard Lesney and Virginie Péchon and Peter Harvey and Mark Padmore. Well, okay, that's like fun. And this is, part 2 of this thing. So you get part 1, part 2, and then arias from like a bazillion different things. And finally, we have instrumental music with Fabio Biondi and Europa Galante. You've got, let's see, his Sinfonia before the Serenata, Clori Dorino ed Amore. And then you've got 6 concerti grossi, which are tiny little works. They really are. They're like 1, 2, 3 or 4 minutes each for the whole concerto in multiple movements, 5 minutes. The longest one of them here is 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 minutes, pushing it. Instrumental music in Scarlatti's day was just getting started. The Corelli Concerti Grossi, which came out in the 1690s, I believe, were sort of epochal in establishing both the form and the potential of instrumental music without words. They're much larger than these works. Then we've got Sonata for Recorder and Strings, number 2. Sonata in F major, Sonata a Quattro, number 4, and like some little arias and other Gugis with Biondi and those people. And that is what we have for Scarlatti. Actually, this is really a good deal because it's easy to listen to. It moves, like I said, rather quickly. It's beautifully performed. These are really all good performances. Really good performances with wonderful players. You get a nice mixture of sacred and secular works and instrumental works. And it's all on 9 CDs. So I would grab this. I really would. I think you will be very, very happy if you do. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.